Thomas Tuchel is hoping for a sensational win tonight because Romelu Lukaku has been ruled out of Chelsea's quarter-final second leg with Real Madrid tomorrow night after failing to recover from an Achilles injury. A huge task then lies ahead for Thomas Tuchel and his side, who need to overcome this 3-1 deficit against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu.
We need nothing else than a fantastic script if we want to be able to overcome this. It's the task is incredibly high, and the challenge is incredibly high, given the circumstances of first leg and where we play and against whom we play and at what stage we play this kind of match. Yeah, it's always allowed to dream. It's sometimes important to imagine things and to dream about it, but it will not shift the focus from the fact that we need to deliver and we need to be ready tomorrow. We will support our team and we will try hard. It's worth trying. It's sports, and it's a game, and it's the beauty of the game that everything is possible always. So we will arrive and try everything, because it's worth trying. We struggled with our counter pressing and finding work and finding intensity in runs. Can we do it now? Let's see. The game is totally different, but we will need to find a way to play a more physical game, and of course this is a part of the solution. It is one of the biggest challenges to perform as a away team in Bernabeu. It is even more difficult if you have to earn a certain result, if you need to win with a minimum of 2 goals, or better even, or maybe even a 3-goal difference. That makes it almost impossible and very, very difficult. But it's worth trying, and it's still a stage where you can also overperform. We need to overperform. It's like I said, not easier, and the opposite. But at the same time, a big experience to learn from, and maybe experience to take and overperform.
Well, Karim Benzema stunned Stamford Bridge in the first leg with 2 brilliant headed goals. Despite their 2-goal lead going into the deciding leg, head coach Carlo Ancelotti admits they're ready to suffer.
We have a lot of respect of this team, because this team has a lot of quality, has a lot of fantastic skill on his play in their players, and it is the only way that we have to prepare this kind of game, thinking that Chelsea is going to show a better performance tomorrow and be ready for this. There is no other way. We are really prepared, as I said, happy to be in the quarter-final, but we know that we have to suffer tomorrow, and we are ready to suffer.
Ready to suffer, he says. Let's go live to Real Madrid then, where Gary Cottrell is at the Chelsea team hotel. So, Gary, it's a huge task then for Chelsea to progress. So what shape are they in ahead of this game?
Yeah, 2 stars of European football coming head-to-head tomorrow night. And in the Euro Stars Hotel behind me, Chelsea just trying to get into the right mood, to get their match day, or match day -1 heads on, to concentrate on a really, really tough job. They arrived here about an hour ago. Thomas Tuchel obviously led them out. They were all masked up actually still, because a little bit behind the UK, Spain in terms of COVID protocols. He knows, as he said in that news conference, that Chelsea need a fantastic script if they're going to manage to get through to the semi-final. Hopefully we can fulfil our dream, he said also in that news conference. A bit of good news for Chelsea in that their captain, Cesar Azpilicueta, such a veteran of big nights in football and big days in football, is with the travelling party. He gave the cameras a little wave, the waiting fans a little wave. He's tested negative for COVID and is now available for selection. Whether or not he'll get a start, of course, is open to conjecture. But Vinicius caused all kinds of problems down the left-hand side, particularly giving Christensen headaches in the first leg. So maybe the experience of Azpilicueta might help in that scenario. Thomas Tuchel said that he made a mistake with his tactics in terms of that in the first game. And we also saw among all the other players, Saul, who's well known around these parts because he's on loan to Chelsea from Atletico Madrid. So there are Atletico Madrid fans here wanting to get his autograph, wanting to have their picture taken with him, and he obliged, a nice gesture by him. So, of course, Atletico fans wanting Chelsea to do the job tomorrow. And they've mixed things up a little bit just to try and get them in the right frame of mind. They're going to leave here in a couple of hours and go 10 minutes away and train at the Real Madrid training ground and then have a walk around the Bernabeu because Chelsea have never played at the Bernabeu before. When they played in the semi-final here last year, that was at the training ground because of COVID and also because the Bernabeu was undergoing building work. So it'll be a new experience for many of the players, not for Kovacic, of course, who will be in the starting lineup for tomorrow, I think, and of course knows the Bernabeu very well indeed. As for Carlo Ancelotti, sorry, he's given his news conference today and he's obviously confident but not taking anything for granted. He's got the crowd behind him. He's got so many quality players, hasn't he? Managed to rest Luka Modric and Toni Kroos at the weekend. And of course, he's got Benzema, has it now, 37 goals in 37 games this season for Real Madrid. You know, 40% of the Champions League goals scored against Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea have come from Benzema. If they can stop him, they might have a chance, but that isn't easy.